Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a short set, and at this point of the video I am currently taking off the gel polish from her previous set. So I think this set is like maybe 3 weeks old. So I'm just using a coarse drill bit to remove the gel polish from her nails. So for my drill bit, I am using a coarse drill bit like I said, but it's not a safety one. I know a lot of people usually use a safety drill bit when they're using a coarse one, but unfortunately I do not have one in my possession. So I'm just going in with the drill bit, but I'm not getting super close to the natural nail. When I come back in with my sanding band, I'll get the rest of that gel polish off using this sanding band. I don't want to accidentally file over her natural nail with this coarse bit. So you'll see I'll be leaving a little bit of the gel polish on just because I'm gonna come back in with the coarse drill bit. I mean the sanding band, y'all. Bear with me. It's late. I can honestly say this is probably my least favorite part of doing nails, is removing the gel polish. It just seems like it takes forever and I just don't understand it, but this is definitely like my least favorite part. Drilling off this gel polish is just so tedious, and it's just like, bruh, when am I gonna be done? Woo! So now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my, okay, no I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and, no, I'm really gonna grab my cuticle pusher, but I guess I was just getting my drill bit ready. So I'm grabbing my cuticle pusher and I am just pushing those cuticles back so I can get around that area really good with my sanding band when I go in to remove the shine from the natural nail. So you want to push those cuticles back so you can get a nice clean sweep when you go in with your sanding band. Okay, so here I am. I'm going in with my sanding band, and this is a fine sanding band. I think it's it's either a 180 or a 240 grit. So whichever one it is, they're both fine to use. You don't want to use anything more coarse than those two, just because you are going over the actual natural nail of the client, and you don't want to use anything that's going to be too abrasive where it can eventually, or not eventually, but it'll damage the natural nail if you go on with anything that's too coarse. So I'm using either a 180 or a 240, and I'm just removing that shine from the natural nail, as well as removing that gel polish I wasn't able to get when I was going in with my coarse drill bit when I was removing the gel polish. I'll be sure to leave the link to my sanding bands in the description, as well as the link to my drill that I use and my dust collector that I use in this video. So I'll be sure to leave those links in my description for you guys. Alright, so once I finish removing the shine from the natural nail, I am going in with my nail dehydrator, and this is by Mia Secret, and it's basically just to dry up any excess oils that I was not able to get when I was removing the shine from the natural nail. And then I'm going in with a primer as well by Mia Secret, and that's just to make the acrylic adhere to the nail a little bit better. Alright, so I am using Mia Secret acrylic powder, and it is clear. She does have clear tips also. She had originally had jelly nails, or some of her nails were jelly, so we decided to do all of her nails clear. So I think she's doing jelly. We're going to be doing jelly again. So I just decided to stick with the clear acrylic powder instead of the pink one. I also use the Mia Secret monomer as well. So most of my products that I use are by Mia Secret. They've been spoken so highly of, and that's the only thing that I've used since I've been doing nails, and I've been doing nails for 6 months, and I like it. It works for me. It doesn't dry too fast. It gives me a lot of time to work with it, especially since I'm a beginner. Well, I feel like I'm a beginner. So yes, I am going in with the clear acrylic powder, and I'm just applying a bead towards the back of the nail, closer to the cuticle part of her nail. I'm not placing it directly on the cuticle just because you don't want that to dry up on her cuticle, or it won't come off as easily when you go in to file it. And that is a very important factor of doing nails. You don't want any excess acrylic on the cuticle or on the skin, because it will cause your nails to lift, and it is so annoying for that to happen, because moisture gets trapped into there, so the nails will eventually come off. Then your client comes back with 3 lifted nails, some nails came off, and it's just a mess. So make sure that you go in as good as possible to get any of that acrylic from away from the skin or off the skin, and around that cuticle. Just remove all that excess acrylic. Even if you think there's none there, wipe around it anyway. Trust me, it's there. And as for the brush that I'm using, the acrylic brush that I'm using a Alpha brush, and it is a Kolinsky, and it is a number 9 in the shape of oval. So I got this from alphabrush.com or something like that. One of these YouTubers recommended the brush, so I did end up getting one, and it works cool for me. I do have another one that I got from Oh Snap Beauty Supply. It's a little thicker. It's a 12. This one works better because, like I said, I'm still a beginner, so I don't want to pick up too much product on my brush and then eventually have too much to clean up, or not being able to control the acrylic once I lay it down on the nail. So using a smaller brush for me is way more efficient for me. It probably takes a little bit longer because I am picking up smaller portions, but this brush is my go-to for sure. Eventually I'll start, slowly, gradually working my way up to a bigger brush. Like, I have that 12, but it's on standby. I used it once and it was just like, yeah, no, this is not gonna work for right now. Okay, so now I'm going in with a medium drill bit. Most people use a fine drill bit, but my fine drill bit is missing, so I had to use the next best thing. So I'm using a medium drill bit, and I'm just using this to smooth out the nail as well as seal that cuticle area so I don't have any type of lifting or any moisture getting up under that nail. So I'm going around the cuticle, smoothing out the nail, and I'm using a medium drill bit. Okay, so like I mentioned, I am going in with a medium drill bit. So to seal the cuticle, you want to make sure that you're going around that cuticle and you want to be able to see that natural nail. Not a lot, you don't want a super big gap, but you want to make sure that you can see that cuticle. Not the cuticle, you want to make sure that you can see the natural nail and where the acrylic meets. So you want to make sure that there is a tiny bit of space where you can see both of those, so you know that your cuticle is sealed correctly. Okay, so here I am shaping the nails, and I'm using an 80-100 nail file, and I'm using the 80 grit side of the nail file, so that's the more coarse side, and I'm just going in and shaping those nails up. I don't remember what shape she had before, but I'm trying to go for a square. You guys, I do not like doing short nails. I feel like there's no leeway. I don't have any type of no wiggle room to shape anything because there's really no nail to shape. So when I'm shaping these, I always second guess myself because I'm like, okay, does this look right? Is this a square? Is this supposed to be like this? It's always a struggle for me to try to get the perfect shape for a short set. But basically, I'm just going in, I'm filing the sides, and I'm filing the free edge with the 80 grit side of my nail file. So now I'm going in with a sanding block just to buff out the nails, just to remove any imperfections that the nail drill may have left, like any scratches or any indentations on the nail or in the acrylic from using the e-file. So I'm just going over each nail with this buffing block, and I'm just smoothing it out. Alright, so I'm dusting these babies off and they are about to be ready for some polish. So I'm going in with a alcohol wipe, just to avoid having her get up and washing her hands. I'm just going in with the alcohol wipe and just wiping off each nail so I can go ahead and get ready to apply this polish. Okay, so now I'm going in with jelly polish, and this is a jelly polish by McCart in the color Crystal Orange. I will be sure to leave the link in the description for this jelly polish. It comes with a pack of 6, or 6 or 5. I'm not 100% sure, I forgot. But I did purchase this off Amazon, and they do have different colors. They all come together, and she chose to go with the color orange. So I'm doing one coat now, and I was only initially gonna do one coat, but then I went back and said, you know what, this could be a little bit more vibrant, so I do end up doing 2 coats instead of just the one. Alright, so once you're done with that, you're gonna go ahead and place that hand in the UV light for 30 seconds, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing for the other hand. So I'm just going in with the jelly gel polish, and I'm doing a thin layer of this crystal orange by Macaret, and I am gonna go ahead and do that for the rest of the nails. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do my second coat, and as you can see, the first layer, or the first coat looks really sheer, so I'm just going in with the second coat just so it can look a little bit more vibrant, a little more vivid, give it a little bit more pop. So I'm gonna do that for the rest of the nails. Okay, so once I do that second coat, I'm gonna go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds. And now I'm going in with the top coat. And this is a non-cleanse top coat because I am gonna be applying some chrome to all of the fingers. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a thin layer of this non-cleanse, no wipe, whatever you wanna call it, top coat, and then I'm gonna cure that for 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm just taking a makeup sponge or a makeup wedge and I'm dipping it into my holographic chrome powder, and I'm just dabbing it on the nail. So here you can see me a little bit closer. Just got the makeup wedge just all over the nail. I'm just going in with the chrome powder. I don't get a large amount. A little bit goes a long way. So yeah. Once I apply all my chrome powder to all the nails, I'm just going in with that same no wipe top coat and I'm just applying that to all the nails, and I will be curing that for 60 seconds. And per my last video, I did mention that my top coat that I use is kind of thin in consistency, so it tends to run off to the sides of the nail. So that's what you see me doing, is just wiping that excess top coat off. For whatever reason, the one that I've purchased is just way too thin. And here I'm just doing the same thing on this hand, just applying the chrome powder to all the nails, topping that off with that no wipe top coat, and then curing that hand for 60 seconds as well. So here's the finished look. It is a orange jelly polish with chrome powder. I hope you guys like this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time.